Well, welcome everyone. We're coming out of our time of worship, and if you would ever like to join us, for those of you on Facebook Land or YouTube, wherever you might be, let us know. Drop us a message, and it's a good time where we really share what God's been doing in our hearts, in our lives. You know, we need that because sometimes that helps encourage us, and we can relate with one another. It's just a good way to encourage and come alongside and feel like you're part of something. God created us to be connected. He created us as a body. So we're glad for all of you that might be watching today as well. The sermon today is really a reminder. You know, all throughout Scripture, you will find, especially in the Old Testament, where it will go and rehash what happened long ago. God gives us reminders because we need the reminder of who He is, of all that He's done for us. If we didn't have those reminders, it would be really hard to get through things as we go through this life. But one of the things that I know that He wants me to remind all of you today is the fact that His love is steadfast.
Amen.
He loves you. You are precious to Him. And this time has been set aside to where we can just bask in that. We don't have to worry about wearing masks. We can just relax in His presence. And that's what I want for everyone today, to just be able to kind of breathe, be reminded. Scripture is filled, like I said, with story after story of God's unfailing love and provision for His children. I think of how He cries out in Isaiah as His people are going off into captivity, "Comfort my people. Comfort my people." Here His people had disobeyed and turned their back on God and were facing the consequences. And God is crying out to Isaiah, "Comfort my people. Comfort them." I have found that when we go through rough times, like a lot have, especially this last week, I've heard many stories. We need that time to just let it wash over us. His love for us is real. It's true. And when we go into His presence and we're seeking His face, He doesn't put you on a guilt trip like, well, if you just remember what you read last week or even earlier today. He doesn't chastise us or berate us. You know, none of that. All He wants to do is have you feel safe and secure in Him. All He wants you to do is run into His arms, come into His embrace, and let Him hold you and hug you and heal you with His presence. When my heart is troubled and even sometimes when I really need some reassurance, there's a psalm that I go to. And so today we're going to walk through that psalm. This psalm is powerful, and yet it is tender. It is magnificent, and yet you find so much in quietness. It's kind of one extreme to the other, but yet it fits all together beautifully. And if anything, it helps us find perspective. Sometimes to get us through things, we just need to look at it from a godly standpoint of view, from God's point of view, so to speak. And so He gives this psalm. It's Psalm 46, and we're going to walk all the way through it. There's just a few verses to it, but you will find encouragement. Why?
Just keep going.
All right. So we're going to dig in no matter what's going on. Apparently I'm singing a song. It starts out with this. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way, and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. Though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will